you said you've been on a blind date in Europe and Brazil, right?
Right.
Was it any difference between those two countries?
Yes, actually. In Brazil, people are more outgoing, I guess. So you talk more. In Europe, people are they're shyer. So it's not like the corner and like you have to start a conversation, you know, and it's a little bit weird. But after all, like, you have to, like, for me, I pretty much, like, after, like, 5 minutes to see if you're going for friendship or if you're going for a real, like, date. And once you kind of have that in your mind, it makes it way easier. Like, and overall, I also ended up having a good time anyway.
Oh, do you usually dress up when you go on a blind date?
Well, to tell the truth, like, I'd normally dress up when I go on any kind of date, you know. So I actually like it, I guess. And it's very normal in Brazil for people to do that. Like, right now, I'm not dressed up at all because I just came, like, sightseeing. But overall, at night, yeah, definitely dress up better, yeah.
Wow, so is it common to do a blind date in Brazil? 브라질에서는 이렇게 우리나라도 소개팅 굉장히 많이 하는데 소개팅 많이 하는지 한번 물어볼게요.
Well, not really. I think more right now because of the internet, you know, and they're meeting people like around the internet. But not as much as in Europe, let's say, this way, yeah.
Wow, what kind of questions do you ask to the girls?
Well, normally it's like somehow like a first date, like, oh, so are you from here, you know, the very lame ones. And then you go like, you know, just try to meet them better, know them better. And then you figure out if you want to have another date or just kind of done about it. So how about you? Have you ever been on a blind date here in Korea?
Actually, no. I don't really like that awkward situation that blind date has. Like, you have to ask like so many questions to each other. But a lot of my friends went on a blind date before, and I found out it's quite interesting to meet a new people. It's a good opportunity to find out about other people, I guess.
Right. Well, I guess so. I mean, it's not my first choice as well, but I don't know, if you have a chance, you should definitely give it a shot, I guess.
All right. Hope you have a successful blind date in the future.
Thank you.
All right. Safe trip back home.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
와우, 브라질에서 오신 분인데 지금 현재 캐나다에서 공부를 하고 계시다고 하고요. 블라인드 데이트를요, 유럽에서도 해보시고 브라질에서도 해보셨대요. 그리고 그 차이점에 대해서도 재밌게 설명을 해주셔서 너무 유쾌한 시간이었던 것 같아요. 그러면 저는 블라인드 데이트를 하러 떠나볼까요? 장난이고요. 혹시 저한테 블라인드 데이트 셋업 해주실 분 없으신가요? See you tomorrow. Bye!
자, 어디서 오신 누군가요?
Originally from Brazil, and he's currently studying in Vancouver, Canada.
원래 이제 브라질 분이신데 지금 밴쿠버 캐나다에서 공부를 하고 있다. So he's doing his studies there.
Yeah.
2010년 밴쿠버 동계올림픽.
맞아요.
또 생각이 나네요. 그때 한국 선수들의 어떤 선전 때문에 저희가 가슴 벅찼었던 순간들이 다시 한번 생각이 나요. 여러분도 그러실 것 같아요.
Yeah, I know.
Really exciting, right?
I can't forget.
Well, he's from Vancouver. He studies in Vancouver.
That's right.
And?
So he's a student, and Yerang asked him about his experience on going on a blind date. And he said, yes, I have been on a few blind dates. A few in Brazil, where he comes from, and a few in New York, I guess. He mentioned New York. And he said that sometimes he had some nice surprises, and sometimes bad surprises. Yeah.
그러니까 이제 소개팅 만나러 이제 소개팅을 하기 위해서 누군가 만나러 가서 가끔 이렇게 좋았던 적도 있고 좋지 않았던 적도 있다 얘기하면서 브라질에서도 해봤고 뉴욕에서도 잠시 있었었나 보죠?
네, 맞아요.
So he actually had some blind dates in New York. So he did have blind dates here and there.
Yeah.
And not that many, but he has definitely been on a blind date in the past, right?
Right.
예전에 소개팅을 이렇게 해본 건 사실이라고 하는데요. 사실 근데 서양권에서 소개팅이나 이렇게 누구 소개를 만나는 건 그렇게 흔하진 않죠. 우리나라에 비해서.
Right. Not as common as blind dates are in Korea. But yeah, people still do go on blind dates to meet new people. 아까 얘기를 했던 것처럼 꼭 무슨 꼭 데이트. 그러니까 상대 girlfriend 내지는 boyfriend를 만나기 위해서라기보다는 그냥 친구를 새로운 좋은 친구를 만나기 위해서도 이런 만남을 갖는다고 아까 얘기를 했었는데요. He said the difference between the blind dates that he's been on in Brazil and in New York, that in Brazil people tend to be a little more outgoing, and in New York the people he's met were a bit more shy. Yeah.
이해가 되는 것 같아요. 브라질도 남미잖아요.
맞아요.
남미도 정열적이고 이렇게 굉장히 친근하고 they're very friendly, right? And I think it's easy to get along and become friends with someone. So I think that's the Brazilian spirit.
I think so too.
The Latin American spirit. But when you're in New York people are, I guess some are friendly, but they're not the friendliest people in the world. Do you